so bottom of the newspaper today. Must be getting senile. Anyway. Front page, officer out on bail. So, there was enough of a stink raised about Constable Baruti. No, Constable James Forcillo. He was released on $510,000 bail today. He was in jail overnight, I theorize. Well, that's very quick bail hearing time. But not unheard of. I've had faster bail hearing time myself, so I can't really fault that. But it is rather the seriousness of these allegations are far different than anything I've ever faced. I would theorize. Well, I faced first-degree murder at one time. Cops ran an embarrassing dog and pony show in front of the judge to such a degree that it became a matter of hilarity. A very serious issue. So when they were throwing mud at the wall, they didn't care what it looked like. We got a bit better at throwing mud against the wall. Unfortunately, we've got jurists that are largely females now, and they buy it. I'm sure if my issues were held today, I'd have somehow or other done 5 to 7 years, either in pretrial custody, based on the seriousness of the allegations, or what have you. But this, to be caught red-handed in the act without any debate or defense possible. From the first volley of put down that weapon to pumping the boy's body full of lead and then tasering him as well. I thought somebody else got in the tasering jacket. Anyway, it appears this guy is charged with all of it. Now, he's on paid vacation until his trial. Now, this man is guilty as stink. And what they want here, desperately, is for the appearance of justice to be served. We'll find out if it really is. It'll be interesting to follow this. But this man's, the guilt or innocence of this man went like, this is pretty, pretty difficult to argue your way out of this. I don't care what kind of a lawyer you are, pretty tough to argue around concrete facts. Was he threatened by the boy? Did the boy have explosives or threatened to blow up the place? No. Is a streetcar threatened? Maybe. Was he threatened? Hardly. He's got a Smith & Wesson 38 caliber at least, probably 32 or 38 caliber at least, a 9mm, automatic weapon in his hand. The boy is not likely to stab him and attack him to death with the 3-inch blade. Can you say this? Under any circumstances, he's got 7 or 10 other officers around him. Kill the boy if he manages to, get close. So where's the threat? Where's the danger to anyone? I'd love to see what kind of jerry-rigged legal community will make of this. Hoping the public forgets, won't bother paying attention, they'll drag it out. The point where people lose interest in the old history yesterday's news and forgotten about it and being sloughed off under the carpet of juristic history. Like Brian Mulroney's farcical lawsuit, $2 million defamation of character lawsuit after he's found pilfering and hiding funds in the government he purports to lead. Saying it was the stupidest thing I've ever done. After he's finally trapped, he's got zero wiggle room left. Well, they admit the truth. Like, if this was not on YouTube, if we hadn't seen this, and others hadn't seen this, and made such a spectacle of this, they would have swept this under the rug as well as every other issue. Like these are just shooting deaths, there's beatings to people to death, these police do. And in the case of the Peel Regional Police, their canine unit met one individual in jail who claims that he was escaping from them. Anyway, they cornered him with a dog and allowed the dog to chow down on his leg sufficient to see the bruises, the scar tissue that I saw was like a Z shape. Like Zorro would have made. If he really wanted to make an impression. 1.5 inches wide, inch deep, 3/4 inch deep, 1.5 inches deep, 2 inches wide, by about 17 inches long altogether. Tangled flesh. That'll learn him to stop when he's told to next time. Apparently he's got a lawsuit, offering him $35,000 or something. Go away. Yeah, that bothers me. Okay, that bothers me. But it'll be interesting to see. It's heartening to see the man was charged with second-degree murder. Like, even the police couldn't let this one be ignored. And believe me, this is a rare move on their part. An unwelcome move. Let me read you this, which I find interesting. For Stone 30, a uniformed constable with 6 years in the force is charged with second-degree murder in the death of 18-year-old Sami Yatim on July 27th. Yatim was shot and tasered on an empty streetcar while brandishing a small knife. He later died in hospital. The officer first embraced police union boss Mike McCormick. That's the chief hand job giver for employees. And then his lawyer, chief law buggerer for the police. Before walking out the north exit with both surrounded by a crush of TV and cameras and reporters, he was then driven away. He's not going to run or hide. He's going to walk out the front door, and he's going to go home, Baruti told reporters outside the courthouse moments earlier. But they do not acknowledge the subterranean glee club, horny, running rampant through the subconscious wherewithal of the police department for this very type of activity. Like, just comes upon them and they just can't help themselves. Just kind of gotta, it's like trying to pull out the last moment. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you don't. I think it's the same with this. Right now. This is going all the way. Little guys. For little guys with guns. Too small to even limit that. It's the only way they can get satisfaction. May God have mercy. My soul.